All right, so far from the enemy line of safe framework, this white slaver of business agility and the fake scaling, not responding to the real advantage and benefit of being agile, which is people first, customer first, user first, guest first. Yes, because safe should just be called scale framework because it's just scaled shit. They don't know shit. And in this 20-year anniversary of the Agile Manifesto, if you look at how the teacher and the trainer and the release manager of SAFE are implementing SAFE into organization, you simply realize that they don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they do. And it's certainly not agile, absolutely not Scrum, because they don't understand substantion. So, all right, guys. So, welcome once again on the Agile Lounge. We are at this to be 200 people here on YouTube, 200 Agile Loungers. I hope you all guys passionate about business agility in enterprise Scrum, as I am, and I'm really glad to be before you today to try to answer that question of what's link a digital nomad, an agile coach, an online business entrepreneur, and also a cryptocurrency, let's call it kind of entrepreneur. Because you could be a miner, you could be someone who invests, who tried to be an investment mode with the Bitcoin, but you could be also like me since 2008, a believer of alternative system, all right, to create more value again for people first. Oh, so you start to see the link now, huh? With innovation and creativity. So once again, to remind my audience, if you are not a subscriber yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, give us a like, share this video to enlighten someone else. And we are not saying we are light, especially not now in Vivo de Cancun. It's really, again, an overcast day. It's not only they don't have a season because of the pandemic, but the weather is not that good. But still, with Agile Travel, your digital nomad concierge, if you would like to remote work anywhere from the Yucatan Peninsula, the magnifique Carretera de las Estrellas, from Progreso all the way down to Tulum, and the description below on YouTube and you on Instagram, you click somewhere there in the bio, book your free call with me or Stefano, and it'll be a pleasure for us to guide you on how to come here, everything you need to know for your travel, and also to find yourself a very nice condo according to your needs. And the internet here, as you could see, we're not lagging right now. I don't know. So anyway, let's start with quick updates. I did my rant against Safe because that's going to be a preview on a future Dare Real Agile podcast that we're going to do. And yes, we're going to dare call it Safe, the white slaver of teams, because that's what they are. They are not working for the people. And when we say people first in agility, I don't know if I mentioned, because of course I always focus on customer experience, user experience, guest experience in the case of event and tour guide and tourism. But it's also important to have in mind that the people that do stuff, the workers, I don't like to call employees, because employees, if you look at the Latin racine of this, at the root, sorry, it's very disgusting. We don't employ someone, you know. So the workers, those who work, those who do the work, those who deliver shit, are as important as the customer you serve. So as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, or as even a vice president or a CEO, a CTO, a CIO, you should have this in mind when you think of agile as a mindset. that go beyond software development, guys. Okay, this is very important thing. So I thought today I was celebrating my 200 subscriber on YouTube. We are at one of this. Every day we have subscriber. We pay nothing to Google SEO, SEM. We simply do organic proposition on multi-platform. And I would like to thank Samuel Ball for his help into this. This is amazing what we built just in the last year um, on social network marketing, even though with all the crisis of confidence and the net neutrality, we are starting to think of a new wave, and that was going to be part of the next level agile actually. LinkedIn, as it's not producing the lead generation for the coaching program of the Agile Lounge, we're going to leave it more and more, and especially LinkedIn, it's becoming toxic, a toxic environment of opinions. I think opinions are good, but if you couldn't have any outcome, if you cannot have any benefit of just screaming or promoting yourself, I don't see the point. So I think with the Web 3.1, we're gonna see the social network, the social media collapsing at the same pace of the traditional media. And for that reason, and especially now that I'm more and more learning and teaching and helping and supporting people in the blockchain movement, and I will do a difference between the blockchain movement and the cryptocurrency movement as it is. So you're gonna see it's not necessarily a difference. They work together, but when I help team who concentrate on creating blockchains that could be used for more than just cryptocurrency, and this part of the answering the link and between all of these digital people, digital twin, digital sovereign people that want to work wherever they want because the wall is your office. If you're a digital nomad, that exists since 1997. You could read my blog at agilelounge.com. Actually, agile-lounge.com. It's my latest blog in English where we explain you an objective reality definition of what is a digital nomad and how to start becoming one. And it's one of the workshops that we provide for you right now because of the pandemic as a pay as you're satisfied basis with a minimum payment, of course, because we're going to put some effort in it. So you just contact me. Again, YouTube link in the description below. Link in the bio for Instagram. You contact me and we have fun. So guys, are you happy this Friday? There's about 5 people on YouTube. Marlon passed on Instagram. I don't see Instagram. I don't see the amount of people that actually listen live. I know there were like 18 of my follower available or online apparently when I launched the live. So let's do it quick. All right, so we're there. So thank you, Anna, for wanting me. So welcome again, YouTuber. I love you. One to 200, and then after, that's what I said. It's not the quantity, it's the quality. So I really hope that this community that's growing are really interested and passionate about business agility, enterprise Scrum, innovation, blockchain, and everything. And then we're gonna be able to exchange ideas together in this forum of using these platforms. And as I said, with the next level agile that I'm starting, it will not be just about coaching and training. It will be also about diffusing and the information with alternative platform. Yes. So let's see this. So we are live. Let's go back to the music because I love music. This is a signature pattern of the Agile Lounge. If you have workshop with us, whether it's virtual or real, You always have music in the background, especially when people are working on their stuff. Okay, so I'm very happy to be before you and to discuss, because the idea of this topic today came in from two summits that I participate in Tulum. One was the Digital Entrepreneur Scaling Summit, a 1 day kind of workshop where about 100 people gather together. It's all online business entrepreneur. And now I'm not here to define what is an online business. We put the word online before business because most of their business are digital, or it's part of the e-commerce universe and systems. But actually, a lot of them were actually providing, for those who were providing goods, it was a lot of new platform, new ideas. That was amazing. The put this 20 years old all the way up to 35 years old and across the world, it's amazing what they come up with. And this is why I think like I never been that ready for 2021 and the decade that it's opening for opportunities of all of us, the community of business agility, to work in togetherness with these entrepreneurs of the digital revolution that I like to call a renaissance, because for me renaissance it's bring a more positive vibe to it. I think, I don't know what you think. You could tell me in the comment, you could tell me in the chat. What do you think? Is renaissance, cyber renaissance, agile renaissance, digital renaissance something more positive and creative than revolution? Because when we think of revolution, it's always like the French Revolution, the American Revolution, where people were killing each other for an idea. And I don't think those entrepreneurs that I met in Tulum are in a mindset of killing their competition. Au contraire, what we see was a collaboration between people, exchanging ideas. Oh, you did that with your e-commerce. Oh, that's interesting. Thank you. So I might study that system to evolve myself. And of course, when it's into what we call a global scale, and you do business globally, you could be competition, but competition is good. And I think those kind of summit had a chance. Um, it's like a ceasefire of competition. Even some agile coach that I met, we exchanged on some idea, and for us, the agile coach, the issue will be being labeled of a purist with the verse of the agile manifesto and so on, and being cat into the software development process of agile. And I really insist on the word process of agile instead of being, and some others will be inclined to the real path of agile mindset, of understanding the four values and the principle. And you could watch my video on it. I did one in French, one in English, explaining the four values and the 12 principle business agility ways. Because after 20 years of this agile movement consortium, when I call out for a renaissance, I call out to be back to the roots of what my mentor used to call that we did nothing in 20 years. Because when you look at the state of agile of chaos reports, I didn't read the one this year because I don't know why. Usually I receive it in my inbox, but for some obscure reason, so we're gonna. I think after the show, I'm gonna go check about it and we'll see. And maybe if you're interested, tell me in the comment below. We could do a show and even a podcast on their real agile about the state of agile 2020, and we go through the statistics. And it will be nice to have a guest to exchange, because yes, I like to be with people and exchange, even if they don't agree with me and I don't agree with them. This is the importance of an open space. I will always choose an open space before a safe space. I don't believe in safe, the framework, and safe, the safety. Yes, safety is a prerequisite. We'd like to have people to be safe. But when it's time to exchange ideas, there's no time to be safe. There's no time to be sad. We have to be unpredictable. This is how we create ideas. This is how we take dreams and we build something, an outcome, and a value. So it's a free live show. It's my pace of being a Scrum. Every Friday, it's my goal to provide you information about the business agility world that I see as a big universe now that includes this online business. So that's the thing. When talking with those professional of the digital marketing, the digital network, and everything. So that was the first summit, about 100 people to scale with digital marketing systems, their business, their online business. There were a few like us with professional services or services, and we realized that we struggled a lot more than those with goods or with one-time services or what have you. So, sorry about that. Don't worry, my voice is not back yet, but I like to have that voice every spring when I'm in Montreal or New York. I've got those allergy. Those allergy give me a sinusite, and that sinusite finished with this type of voice because I still spell out these result of inflammation due to allergy. But this year, I think I learned my lesson. I never like cenote, and for sure I will never ever go to a cenote when it's 20 degrees outside with a fresh breeze. And this is what gave me that because yes, in Mexico they treated me like a human being, a responsible, mature human being, and they knew I had a sinus. They helped me with that. All of a sudden, I start coughing like crazy, so I went to test. I was negative. I was a bit disappointed to be negative because me, the way my metabolism work, I was kind of happy to be, how could I say that? To be infected at some point because I will be immune because my immune system is very strong and it responds well. So when they say no, you're negative, it's not COVID, I was like, geez, I'm not immune yet, but maybe I am because I had a coronavirus back in 2016, kind of a swine flu, so I don't know. My medical doctor in Montreal, she said, like, if you're being tested, you might end up positive. But I could tell you, Karen, Dr. Karen, the one I get here with the throat and the blood, I end up negative. And they make me a radio and they discover it's a iglatit, I think in English too. It should be because it's a Latin root, it's like the larynx. It's just something behind the larynx that was infected with some bacteria, probably due to secretion from the sinus. Anyway, they really help you here. They treat you and they prescribe me some medication. And here you go. 3 days in bed, 3 other days very slow. Now I'm getting back, and that's it. All right, so guys, without further ado, probably you would like to have some kind of answers after 20 minutes to the show. Um, so the title by itself, it's a question: what links digital nomads, online business entrepreneur, cryptocurrency developer, investor, entrepreneur, and agile coaches, but real true agile coaches. Actually, in the two summit I participated in Tulum, what was interesting is a lot of this small business, small company, or an entrepreneur, they come forward to me and they said, AF, we really inspire ourselves to build our company with Scrum. So actually, Agile Lean was not a question of debate or name buzzwording. Everybody understands the power of Scrum and his substantial power and capability of configure it into your business context, your technological context as well, and everything. So that was the key thing exchanging with these entrepreneurs. That made me realize that the common ground of the true online business entrepreneur, the true digital transformator, those also who do cryptocurrency mining, who create blockchain software and apps, they need the base of the Scrum system because, again, and I insist on it, if you understand substantion, you fully understand Scrum and its power to help you deliver not only faster, but smarter, with respect of each other, with respect of your client needs and satisfaction. So these are the simple things. And yes, Scrum has nothing to do with the agile mindset. Often, even Dr. Jeff Sutherland says in Austin, Texas in May of 2019, and this video is also, it's an 11 minutes video, is the story of Scrum that bridge into the Agile Manifesto. And this we're going to reduce it for this 20th anniversary of the Agile Movement Consortium. When he says at some point in this video, explain the history of Scrum towards the Agile Manifesto in February 2001, 20 years ago. He told us that Scrum and XP, among the 17 co-signatory and co-creator of the 4 values and the 12 principles that made the Agile Manifesto, that these were the systems, 2 very, very lean systems that actually co-create is the father and mother of Agile. And you have to understand that back then, between 1999 in 2001, when they gathered in Utah at Snowbird, they gathered to kind of stop a war of ideas and frameworks between software developers. That was the key thing, the profound thing. I'll give you a bit of history because you're going to understand where I'm going with that. And it's not to be purist, but a cat is a cat. The cat down the road is a cat down the road. So when people say Scrum is agile, wrong. Scrum is not agile. Scrum was a lean project management system, a product development component cycle, PDCS, based on the lean thinking, on the lean manufacturing. Back at Toyota again. So no matter why, in Scrum, you have a lot of inspiration and configuration possible, such as a Kanban. And again, Kanban in Japanese simply say a visual board to make everything visual. And isn't it one of the principles of the Scrum systems? So I'm always laughing when I see people arguing, making fake and false wars on these framework, on these techniques, Kanban versus Scrum. This is useless, guys. As an agile coach, you should always aim and concentrate on the first thing you should do, and you would love to do, is open your ear, open your heart, and open your mind to what your clients is telling you. And when I say clients here, you don't need to be an agile coach consultant or Scrum Master consultant working as a third party. Of course, there's better benefit for the enterprise, the team, and yourself to do so, because you have to make them independent and autonomous. Okay? So, but if you're part of a larger corporation and they install these transformation office again, or these center of expertise and innovation, that's probably a subject for another podcast, and I'll be glad to exchange on this. But the thing is, yes, listen to the teams that need improvement. And by the way, agile should always be on invitation. And I salute my great colleague, Michael Orman, and you could see his website, Inviting Agility. Because if you work for a larger corporation and they decide to go into a big business transformation that will include in their terms agile transformation, well, I'm telling you right now that it's mean that they're gonna force it top down, top to bottom, right? And in agility, it's more this Mayan symbol of in Lakesh, which is the top management, if they still want to call themselves the top management, and those, the workers, those who do, those who create, those who produce, and they should be together. So for me, if you'd like to adapt agile mindset and culture, it's not from the top to the bottom. At least it could be because it's needed, it's asked by the base and your people who work for you. But if it's both and they rejoice, you do a good job as a coach, as a business coach, as an executive coach, and we should work together. Three of my very nicest mandate in the last 6, 7 years were in the United States with mature, autonomous adult people. And I was working in a trio, a very, very powerful trio. I was the agile coach and even, yeah, business agility coach, working with an IT technical coach and an executive business coach for conscious leadership. The three of us were amazing. We collaborate together in an amazing way, and we achieved so much great thing into those three of the six organizations. I should say we kind of achieved. The other three was what we call a slow failure, but you know it's okay because at least they tried. But really, what you need is not a center of expertise with a bunch of an agile coach like Desjardins do in Quebec, and then you spread it as a services. It's agile as a services. No, what you need is a task force of three adult mature coaches that would like to bring your teams into an autonomous level. When I help Scrum Master or team coach, this is what I do. I create a community of themselves helping each other, even if they don't work in the same department. Okay, so that was the history. The Agile 20 Reflect Festival we are in because we are proud and passionate about Agile, and we'd like to explain it. And so again, Scrum is not Agile. And just to conclude on this, when I read other review of the Scrum Guide 25th anniversary, everything is make me laugh on it because you just see a bunch of consultants, a bunch of soi-disant professionals of Scrum that they don't get it. They don't get it. I'm starting to wonder at what point Ken Schreiber himself is getting it. Yes, I'm bold like this because I was listening to an interview he did on Ripley, I think, the Ripley podcast. And I said to myself, what the fuck? I mean, Jeff and Mike Beadle truly understand it, especially Mike, because like me, he has a background in physics. And of course, when you have a background in science, you understand better the substantial. And actually, on my thumbnail, you saw some kind of graph of interrelation. And this is exactly it. The substantial in physics, it's the atom and other elements that actually interact to each other, and they could create space or no space. Okay, so I won't give you a lecture on Physics 101, but that's at the basic of the element. It's an interaction between elements. But if you transfer these elements into people like you and I, into products, services, department, specialty, SME and stuff, so you get the same kind of dynamic of interrelation. And when you understand this dynamic of interrelation, you could build cross-functional team that will actually work towards a goal, a product goal, and also, yeah. So for me, this when I start using Scrum back in 2002, when I started being coached and mentored by Mike Beadle, I saw it. And when I tried to explain it to some other Scrum Master Only those with a mindset or a background in science will catch it faster. And the artists too, with the open space element of putting everything visual. Because artists are used with canvases and so on. So, and when you look at this schematic of the substantion, both in physics and what we create in Scrum, you realize very quickly that it's the decentralized way of interaction. And this is very, very important. And this is why I say safe is not agile. It's absolutely not Scrum, because they don't have any understanding of this interrelation association. And mostly safe and even less will be the centralized approach, not the decentralized approach. And more that I meet people who work in the cryptocurrency and the blockchain movement of securing and making your data sovereign, I realize that this is decentralized, as the web used to be 25, 30 years ago. And to face this movement of corporatism and centralization by our government, we're going to need more and more of this business agility and Scrum ID system of substantion and thus decentralization. And I was so pleased to have great conversation with entrepreneurs of between 20 and 35 years old. And I'm 46. I'm a whole crew for them. But they don't, anyways, that's another subject. But I'm so happy to see the youth entrepreneur mindset thinking in decentralization term and putting people first. They don't even have any course of Agile or Scrum, and they are more Agile and Scrum than any of you guys, especially my network of French people in Montreal that don't understand nothing about the Agile movement and the Scrum system. Yes, Scrum is a systems. It's a PDCS. You could have the opinion you want. You could talk about shit you want. I don't care. Because I understand who I am. I understand substantion. I understand Scrum, the importance of people first, and the importance of decentralization. So what does a digital nomad, an Agile coach, a true Agile coach, someone like me who understand, who know thyself and this movement, the online business entrepreneur, and the cryptocurrency people who work to be more independent of the central bank? You see again, the key word is decentralization, real decentralization, the one you could see on my thumbnail in the middle. Okay? You have other models, and we don't say that the other models, again, it's like the Agile Manifesto. We value more what's in the left, like, for example, interaction between individuals over processes and tools. We don't say process and tools are not important, but we're going to value more the interaction between individuals. Okay? So it's the same here. We don't say a centralized environment, it's not good. But to achieve with the fourth industrial revolution, the real digital renaissance transformation, okay, and what's coming in the next 5 years and decades of building the new economy, you need decentralization, you need self-management. And here's the thing. When I was young, one of my dreams was to become someone who will influence society by doing politics, but not politics in the sense of ideology or political parties, no. I was saying more like the public administration for the common good. And I was already, when I was a young age in college, an advocate of self-management, autonomous team and community. So no matter why I love Scrum, when I start reading on it, especially my first book on Scrum of Ken Schreiber and Mike Beadle, this yellow, red, green thing it was reading. Of course, it was very, very towards software development and software developer teams and how to enhance their life and the way they could produce and so on. But again, this is a model, and then you could spread it to anything you want after. and you make it work if you have the will to do this. And for me, when I was reading that book on software development, I was seeing my ID of what I used to call local community of management, CLM. Yeah. And my friend Will Simon, that I salute, with his company, and go see his website, is Design Your Life. Um, yes, so design your life, design your community. So all these ideas around decentralization and autonomous people, sovereign community, it's gonna be the, I don't want to say the counterpart. It's again a negative kind of word, but for lack of a better word, it's it's gonna be like, yeah, this renaissance of people who wants out of the central bank with the cryptocurrency, out of these big tech platform of online shop and creating their own online shop and fulfillment. This is what I saw in Tulum 2 weeks ago. That was amazing to see them don't want to depend on eBay, Amazon, and other platform and create their own platform. It's the same with Cafe Press and so on. So you truly, I'm gonna probably, because I'm not in the business of doing T-shirts like this and mugs, but as a residual revenue, I said, why not? And maybe instead of going blank with Cafe Press or Shopify or all these platforms, centralized platform, again, with a sign in and, and so on, I might want to go. I might want to go with one of these guys that I met and women that I met who building platform. And why not? And my client in Austin, he doesn't have a platform by itself. It's more affiliation marketing, API type of tool that they create. So this is another level when you want to do like digital marketing to push your product and sell your product, right? So anyways, so what binds us together, all of these digital new wave of entrepreneur, and with the agile coach who understand substantiation and the power of Scrum and decentralization. So so this is exactly what's going on. So the key word is decentralization. And neither the Scrum Guide is talking about it that much, nor the XP or stuff. But one thing for sure, when you look at the principle and the explanation of the agile technique, especially when we bring it into the level of business agility and enterprise Scrum level, without scaling, because you don't scale. You scale if you have to. You scale your business, yes, but you don't scale agile. You transform your business, right, but you don't transform agile. It's completely stupid when I see agile transformation office with scaling agile. No, scaling is not a thing by itself. Again and again, I will repeat it. It's a mindset. It's a set of values and principles that will help you make decisions for your business transformation. And then after, if you are a great coach like me, a great consultant like me, you will balance coaching and consulting. You will balance strategy and tactical, empirical, practical implication, adoption, and actionable. And you will guide your client into this journey. So mostly they do a business transformation. Mostly they want to pivot. They want to become more digital. So yes, a digital transformation exists for the Web 3.1, for example, and so on. And what's coming with the fourth industrial revolution and the automation of things. But with the automation of things comes the responsibility of putting back people first into the interaction with the machine, right? So this is why we're here. This is why you're gonna hire me or one of my coach at the Agile Lounge, because you need that spirit, that understanding, that listening to you. And most often, even if a lot of clients expecting a lot of teaching from us, they also teach us because we improve the way we apply and teach the system around capable people. And capable people, it's our clients, workers, it's our clients, executive, it's our client leaders, it's the entrepreneur we coach and help, the startup we help too. And what we have all in common is this desire of putting people first over process and technology, and making sure that this mindset, this renaissance mindset of having autonomous, independent, sovereign, individual, team, and organization in a decentralized mode of operation and interaction. So that was it, guys. So I don't know, there's about 7, 8 people on YouTube, no one in the chat. I could be open to some questions and an exchange on what I've said. And if you watch it after the live, please comment your question below. And if you'd like to have a call, a free call to set you up into business agility, into your transformation of yourself or your team's organization, YouTube link are in the description below. So you catch your half an hour free hour consulting, and we'll make an assessment together on what we could do together to help you achieve what you would like to achieve. And for my Instagrammer, here you have link in description, the link tree and everything we offer. Just read properly and cast your call with us. Same thing if you're a digital nomad and you'd like to remote work from the Caribbean Mexican. I'm still available probably till the end of March here to help you. Then after, I'll go back somewhere, coming back. But even from distance, we're going to continue this agile travel, your concierge for digital nomad experience and remote working. So Anna, I don't think we did push it to, is the fact that I'm live on Instagram push me automatically into Facebook? You don't know? Anyway, Facebook, I don't put any effort, time in it. For me, it's finished. I'm only there because of my brand that is copyrighted in the United States and Canada, and that my lawyers tell me that I have to be everywhere visible as possible. But very soon, we're going to open the Liberty Agile Launch channel, because Liberty is based on a decentralized mode of operation. We're going to probably have also a space on Telegram, but we study it because I don't want to waste time and my team time into a social network. We're going to better do some valuable thing for our clients and so on. So YouTube, 6 people on YouTube. Do you have any questions? I'm here for you. Use the chat. Say hi, where you're from. Every time I say that, you see it's come from 8 to 2 people. Is that shy? I don't understand. Anyways, I don't know if I reached 200 yet. That will be kind of amazing. Let's see it. If I reach 200 while... No, still 199. Anyways, so probably we'll come do a quick live to thanks the 200. My goal is not the quantity, it's the quality of people we could exchange with. And so this is why more and more we're gonna do shorter live and video, because we hope to have other professionals come with me, especially on the Dare Real Agile. I thank Michael Herman. I thank Ralph Francois. Oh, by the way, Ralph Francois of Nuagem. He's kickstart a new disruptive recruitment apps, and I hope to put some agile talent into it to help his client hire the real Scrum Master and the real Agile coach to help people go through those transformation of decentralization, blockchain, real digital transformation, and so on. Now, we'd like to conclude, if you don't have any questions, YouTube nor on Instagram, we'd like to conclude on a note. There's, especially on LinkedIn and Medium right now, I see a lot of papers on papers. I like to call it papers, but his blog. I see more and more people talking about digital currency. Okay, so Math 101 and Uzma will correct me if I'm wrong, but my understanding is these digital currency created by government will be attached to the fiat money. So it's digital currency, yes, but it's still the US dollars printed and creating stagflation and inflation. So be aware that you won't, if you just convert your money into digital currency, you just sink even deeper and deeper into the central bank, this money that's worth nothing based on credit. If you really want to invest into something, gold and silver, because I praise Peter Schiff and Gerald Celente. And also, I disagree, especially with Peter Schiff, on the cryptocurrency. Actually, I'm becoming more agnostic on the cryptocurrency, especially the Bitcoin bubble. But again, I believe in the principle of being decentralized in a way from the bank. So I'm more in these guys who would like to exchange with you in full privacy, because that's the thing. Digital currency is like the actual online banking. When you pay your bill on the internet, when you pay everything, so they know everything, but actually they know everything. They still need mandate to investigate and ask your bank to provide. And actually, they don't even ask your bank. They ask us to provide our statement. Like with the immigration, if one of the conditions to being a resident in Mexico, is to be having a bank account with always $60,000 US in it. And so you will have to print your statement with an affidavit and you go to the immigration. So people talk shit about privacy. Of course, it's accessible. Of course, if it's centralized, it's easier. It's easier for an hacker or for a government agent or for anyone to access it. So this is why decentralization, encrypted in blockchain, it's better. I think for me, is the future of being sovereign and having his digital twin as sovereign as us. But again, if you are investigated, and they will ask you to commit yourself. Because right now in Canada, I will talk about Canada because I know the fiscal law more. We don't have to produce income tax report anymore because most of the employers will already give the digital T4 and T5A and T4A. It's automatic, so they know everything. They could calculate everything, and they give you your reimbursement or the request for payment. So, anyways, so I would like to conclude on this, and maybe there will be another show with an expert here in Toulouse, and it's a défi, and I will explain later what is the défi. But digital currency not equal cryptocurrency, and despite the debate between Peter Schiff and Max Kaiser that I love to watch, for me, I'm agnostic, which is I do kind of believe, like Peter Schiff, that there is a lot of risk with the cryptocurrency, but still I could see the value of it in the long run. Of course, if you have an investor mind and I purchased some Bitcoin at 157 back in 2009, now they are almost $30,000. It's not the way to see it. The way to see it is being independent of the central bank and having an exchange, you and I, peer-to-peer. So that's the key thing. So cryptocurrency has value in that sense. More than the digital currency, it's nothing. It's fiat money. It's nothing. Cryptocurrency, at least, you might exchange it at some point. In the future world, it will be decentralized. I praise that. So this is our mission at Agile Lounge for Business Agility, of helping anyone out there, any entrepreneur, any CIO, CTO in an organization that would like to go through a real business pivot transformation that include a digital transformation, a real digital transformation, not just e-commerce, and that you need the business agility and Scrum configurable way to do this, and it's going to be your way in your context to achieve. So on that, Coach AF is signing off. I thank you very much again. Please give me a like if you liked it. Comment your questions below, and we'll get back to the next show to comment. And I would like to thank Daniel Mengzi for his $100 US donation. And yes, especially on YouTube, you have the link in the description. You can send us the PayPal, me, and for the Canadian and Interact automatic direct payment. You don't need any keywords. We receive it as soon as you use the proper email, coach@agile-launch.com. So you send us any tips. It's voluntary to show us your appreciation and help us continue creating those vlog and informative, passionate way on Scrum, Enterprise Scrum, and business agility and this new decentralized world. So thank you very much, guys. And see you probably next Friday for another episode of the live, no, it's Friday Live Agile on everything business agility. Take care. Happy weekend, everyone. Cheers, YouTube. Thanks for the like, and see you next Friday.